We should not wait till there's that social unrest. Some people have served notice that they will go on strike, they will go onto the streets on October 1. Driven!
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Ah! Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that.
That's true. Nobody should insult Awolowo because of these Olori Burukus. Okay? Awolowo laid a legacy that was enough for generations after to build on. But unfortunately, those who actually never really valued education, they ended up being those who took reign of power or government in Yoruba land, and they started breeding praise singers, ass lickers, access seekers. Okay, those who are looking for access. I need access to him. I need access to him. You don't really have to really, education doesn't really matter anymore. Meritocracy. Those who killed meritocracy for Baba Sokwe and Agberoism, that cannot be blamed on Awolowo. No, it's just so unfortunate, isn't it? Yeah, gone are the days when they used to say, oh, the Yorubas will handle it better. The Yorubas are in charge now, Abi. I know. I mean, I can't shy away from that. Even though we all know that those Tifnumbu those Tifnumbu assembled around themselves are a bunch of thieves, low lives, people who actually have nothing, that they are so poor that the only thing they have is money. So we can't blame that on Awolowo. It's unfortunate that Awolowo's legacy is dead. I'm sorry. It's no longer there. Gone are the days when we used to brag of how sophisticated the Yorubas are, how educated we were, how industrious we were. Because Awolowo built farm settlements, industrial estates, industrial hubs. Awolowo built banks. Awolowo built system that was supposed to be sustainable in a space of just 7 years. In case if you don't know, Awolowo was only in charge. Awolowo's Government of Action Group was only in charge of the western region of Nigeria for less than 7 years. Yeah. And after that, all the things you are hearing about Awolowo and Awolowo's legacy, this and that, they were done in a space of 7 years. It wasn't like 25 years like you have in Lagos. The legacy of Tifnumbu in Lagos is what? What is the legacy of Tifnumbu in Lagos? I'm twisting, robbery, and Bajue. He never built anything. No. Those who were praising and those who were shouting him, they were those who have either gained access to go and lick his ass and get something, or those who are hoping to gain access to him and gain something. Those are the people praising him. And those are his success. When you look around, he built nothing. That's what they will tell you. Oh, he has made a lot of people. He has made governors, he has made senators, he has made this and that. But what about the people? Awolowo didn't brag of making governors or making politics. No. Awolowo's legacy are based on what was passed on to the people from generations until they rubbished everything. Then they came back to begin to tell us that we could have that back. Yeah, we can have it back if you give us chance. We are the descendant of Awolowo. Yeah, give us chance. They were given the chance, and look at Yoruba land today. They are in charge of supposedly they are in charge of Nigeria now. Look at Nigeria. They even blamed Binance for why the Nigerian Naira was crashing. But this was early this year.
Look at what Budiness is doing to our economy.
How did the government allow the saboteurs to take over? How did the government allow the saboteurs to have a sway?
That is why the government moved against Budiness. Some people sit down using the cyberspace to dictate even our exchange rate, hijacking the role of the CBN. They just sit down and fix everything they like. And we were told, for instance, that if you don't clamp down on Binance will destroy the economy of this country. They just fix it.
So it's a digital hijack of the economy. That's what it looks like.
Sabotage.
It's a digital hijack. There's some kind of hijack.
And we are trying to cross. Look at
Nuisance Lele.
That is Onofunuga, 75-year-old Twitter advisor to Tifnumbu, blaming Binance 8 months or so ago. Remember? Now, they banned Binance in Nigeria, arrested those that came to come and discuss with them, locked them up all this while, and Nigerian Naira has lost even further value. So who are they blaming now? Or who will they blame? Possibly the Igbos. Oh, the Igbos don't want him to succeed. That is why Nigeria is not moving forward. The Igbos and this. Meanwhile, the Igbos didn't stop Tifnumbu from allocating over 250 million naira to his wife just to decorate the hall for a program. I don't know if you have seen this.
President Bola Tinubu-led Nigerian government has been criticized for lavishly spending on decorations for the First Lady's event. The payments made to the Rock of Ages total events were for decorations at state banquet halls, Sheraton Hotel, and other venues between March 15 and July 15, 2024. A breakdown of the expenses confirmed by govspend.ng reveals this huge amount spent on decorations, including 68.4 million naira for Democracy Day, 19.9 million for Sheraton Hotel, 131.9 million for a full-scale State House event, and 22.5 million for State House Banquet Hall, and finally 77.5 million for fresh flowers and other decorations. I had to bring this story back because if you remember I think it was last week or the week before, the First Lady had come out to say, there's no budget for the First Lady's office. Most of the monies that we spend is through donations. So we went to investigate, and this is what we're seeing. And I'm trying to understand, is this still part of the donations? Because what we're seeing is that the presidency is actually who actually disbursed this money. Dr. Abati.
Well, first, please, if anybody knows where they train event decorators, I'm probably in the wrong profession. Because this Rock of Ages events, I want to know who the owner of that event company is. Maybe I should come for training for about 6 months so that I can also make 250 million within 4 months. Between March and July. That's one point, about it. All this the English talk. So he had that 250 million was spent only on decorations. So how much then was spent on the specific events? And who is the owner of Rock of Ages Events Company? I think Nigerians should like to know. Because when I saw a breakdown, the breakdown was talking about banquet. Okay, what kind of food will anybody want to eat that you will use 250 million just to be decorating all?
President Bola.
And the Amugus who are ready to help them point fingers, to blame others and say this and that, including when the policies of these rogues are destroying lives, businesses, homes, and all of that. Since it is not touching them, they just want to make you feel like it is for the betterment of Nigeria. This attitude of, if it never affects me, then maybe it is not happening. When they were demolishing homes in Lagos last year to teach the Igbos never again to challenge them politically in Lagos, because they needed to destroy their businesses, demolish their homes under the disguise of they were building homes on unapproved lands. Even where our places where these landowners, homeowners presented documents approved by the same government of Lagos State, right? They still ignored all of that, remember? And they said, this is our Lagos. If you are not comfortable with it, go back to the east. Go back to Yorubas whose properties were destroyed by Tifnumbu and his gang in Lagos, Sanwo-Oku and Co. They were told to go back to Anambra. One of my Egmont, they demolished his house in Mena. in Mende in Maryland. This Egmont has been there for a while. Okay? They demolished his house. They told him to go back to Anambra. Lagos is not for him. Egmont to I'm talking about uncles who say when they gave birth to us, those who are already landlords in Lagos. Because of Tifnumbu and their politics of vendetta, politics of destruction, they never build anything. They destroy. They demolished that Egbon's house. Egbon is back in Ijebu now with partial stroke. I haven't told you this before, right? It's because I probably knew then that one day I'm probably going to say it. They demolished Egbon's house. The shock sent Egbon back to Ijebu. Today, he has this partial stroke. One hand, one leg. Because of the shock of his property. But they believed that it was just the Igbos. And they didn't get to be punished. All those waterways have not been built. The properties destroyed have been destroyed. And some of them, like I said, if you know they affect me, maybe it is not happening. You are saying all of this because you hated them. For a development to happen, the government, these are people who have nothing. People who have never in their lives, they have never achieved anything in their life. They have nothing substantial. They can say, this is what I have become in my life. They are on social media justifying the policies, the politically sponsored policies that continue to destroy the people, destroy the economy, as long as they are not affected, because they have nothing to lose. I was wondering for those of you who have a lot to lose, and you are joining them in this bigotry, tribal this and that, not knowing that they are all politically sponsored, and they will do anything to take out any threat, including if it affects your house. So yesterday, there was this guy in Abuja. Similarly, right? As everybody is complaining about this and that, about this APC, Ebekebe, this motherfucker was there trying to say for a country to grow, the government, it was even praising Wike until Wike brought his bulldozer. Lori Buruku Babere Lori social media. Oh my God! 450 million naira business. He go touch everybody. Yeah, he's gonna touch everybody. The people you think will cry for 8 years, now them go can't give you their shoulder because they know they cry. They are not expecting anything. Nothing this guy does that actually shocks them. They will not be the one to give you the shoulder. Oh yeah, lean on me. Lean on me. If you need somebody to lean on me. The guy is crying. They demolished his poultry in Abuja. They can't gaslight everybody to pity him. Pity Itani, let him destroy pata. And then you will now realize that politicians have just one goal. And that one goal is to keep and maintain their power and grip on it. Anything they consider as any threat whatsoever, these are the people who don't create anything. I keep saying it. The guy on the stream saying lost 150 million naira business in Abuja.
See, all these chicken will eventually die. About 5,000 is dead now because this one has already exposed to water. I will still have smaller ones. So you can see you have destroyed all the buildings. More than 150 million naira worth of materials and properties. If you have lived the livestock, you see some inside the container, they cannot survive because they're already on top of each other. This is not really nice. It's not really nice. It's not nice at all. There's no human face in this. I'm sure you too, you will not be comfortable if this property belongs to you, no matter the conservation you are trying to protect or what you are trying to protect. It's not nice at all. In this life that people see each other, they meet with each other. And one person is a friend to another. Now you are a friend to my friend, a very close friend to my friend. You can see them. All this chicken will die eventually. I don't know how I'm going to do it, and it's still going to rain today. So what will you do?
You don't have conscience. I want to take you can kill you, man. Said if you can't take it, don't want You don't die now.
See all this chicken web.
When you have criminals in charge of your government, you are not safe. They will take whatever they can take and destroy the rest they have to destroy. And around that time, that's when you will know that bad governance spares no one. You can't even be their friend. At least some of you are their friends today. I'm talking about the Tifnumbu, Kolu, and the rest of them. Those of you who are supporting them, right? Shouldn't be everybody they collect right now. All of you will still collect. Some of you will die of high blood pressure. Some of you will die in debt. Some of you will die of depression. And all of these are going to be because of the policies of Tifnumbu, not because I want you to. I don't wish anybody anything. No. When you only got the budget Nigeria, you must tell me drag only let me to one Nigeria. I know the and I know those people. I've told them they back balemi. I tend to balemi. Person will collect my land. Person where you sell my land to. Yeah, the one will collect my land. Sorry, the one that collects my land and resell my land. My own advice to all of them is that any one of them that collected money, no finish the money. Your children will need money for burial. So I will not work here and take my hard-earned money, my sweat, and say I won't go invest in a lawless country. A lawless country being ruled by a bunch of criminals that will tell you to go to court. Which of their courts? So when we are talking about get rid of criminals and never empower them to rule over you, it is for your own good. What is up for them, if they are watching me from Odogbolu right now, I've told them I won't build anything on that land in Odogbolu. Nothing. I'm happy for wahala last. They will go use and cause wahala. Here you get. They collected one of my land, so they gave me another one to punish me. They gave me land somewhere else because there's no rule of law. There's nothing. I got my land, bought my land, paid for it, got all the documents, but because it's a lawless place, right? Somebody could just come and say, no, I don't collect time. What do you want to do? When they now realize that I can do 10, no, because Nigeria is a lawless place. You know that. It's such a lawless place that it will cost you so less to actually wreak havoc. It's a lawless place. See, it's a lawless place that you can put a group of people together and turn them into your own small terrorist group. They will kill those you want them to kill. They will send others that you want them to send it away. That's how lawless that place is. And to those of you who have businesses, those of you who have things, who have something that you can lose, you are defending the roads that never built anything or created anything other than just to steal and take for themselves to make themselves feel good and big. You don't know that you are actually digging your own grave. You have businesses, you have careers. You are defending criminal politicians like APC, Egbekegbe, whose only single policy. Somebody can come and say, and so it says, we have all the documents here, sir. And so, what documents? Sir, this is the federal executive reserve documents, sir. They gave us this one in 1998. It's signed by president of the appeal court. Let me see it. Where is it? So, well, give it. Let me see. Yes, sir. Why are you tearing my document? Which document? Go to court. You don't have any documents here. This land has been taken. This property has been demolished. This one has been this or that. Then, gone are the days when they will tell you, man, you need to take them to court. You need to take them to this or that. So when I come here every day and tell you that the survivors of yesterday, they are the victims of today, do you think I am talking about the victims of terrorism that got killed alone? You're talking about people whose policies are destroying millions of lives, even without touching you, without holding you. No. Where's that guy? No.
Oh, gbogbo ala ma jẹ breakfast. Àsìkò tó ní kálukú máa jẹ tiẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. Summa billah.
He don't cast, last. Everybody goes up breakfast.
That is what the contraption is. In the long run, it says that they say you are all participating in a rat race. Okay? And in a rat race, there is always going to be those who will consider themselves as winner. Rat race, like that. Some will consider themselves as winners. But there is no amount of winning that you can win in a rat race. You are still going to be a rat, not a citizen. So when you see me come so hard on these criminals and you want to start playing your emotional card with me, I have no pity for you. Because maybe you haven't realized how much of a victim you are yet. Or maybe you do know how much of a victim you are. You have just become a submissive, voluntary slave in that contraption. How could you have so much to lose? And they are talking about, supposedly, the politics of your country. And what you pick out of it is the tribalism, the ethnic this, the religious that. Then the criminals gain power. They gain power over you. Then destroy your business, destroy your investment, send you to the ER, emergency room. Only because some will say, only because I believe in my country. My friend said I should japa. I said I would never japa. Why should I japa? I believe in Nigeria. If all of us japa, who is going to build Nigeria? Okay, you are building a Nigeria that is empowering criminals over you. You have no idea that you are only digging your own grave. That is my word for that guy. Similarly, 2 days ago, we heard about the Akuri Nigalaila's resignation. Ko resign, won sack any. But the same Akuri Nigalailai, same time last year, had this to say, just to defend a murderous APC, Egbekegbe, on international media. You won't believe it.
Place in government. That's the knee-jerk reaction. Interestingly, the example you cited with the woman with her eyes shut, that was actually a vote that took place in the southeastern part of the country, where you are from, right? Where that Peter Obi won massively. The Labour Party won over 90% in the southeast, right? Of course, he is from the southeast. So when place in government, that's the knee-jerk reaction. Interestingly, the example you cited with the woman with her eyes shut, that was actually a vote that took place in the southeastern part of the country, where you are from, right? Where that Peter Obi won massively. The Labour Party won over 90% in the southeast, right? Of course, he is from the southeast. So when
Nuisance Lele.
Akuri Nigalailai said a woman that was attacked in Surulere by Tifnumbu's thugs because they suspected that she wasn't going to vote for APC. They broke a bottle on her head. They punched her until she became soaked in blood, in her own blood. Akuri Nigalaila said that never happened in Lagos. It happened in the eastern part of Nigeria. Then